Hello, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and welcome to Tales Unlimited Anthologizer, episode number 26. The story was called the Immortals Club. I am changing that to Nobody's Puppet. It is still part 3 of this particular endeavor to write a short story. And damn, I started off with a comic book spy vibe to it, and it just went pure spy. For this next batch of short stories, I think this is like one of the first or second pieces of pure fiction. And it got me, and I have to rewrite some parts of it. But basically, um, I guess I would say it like this. There's this father who is like an ace assassin for the firm. It's just the firm. That's all I've mentioned him as. Black Ops, they do some serious anti-terrorism stuff. They do other stuff that's less scrupulous, but he gets married, he has a kid, wife tries to leave, he kills her, tells the son as he grows up, oh yeah, your mom died in childbirth. Nannies, tutors, I'm not sending you off to prep school, I don't trust them. And he's basically grooming his son to be a successor without saying as much. And one day the son comes home from college and finds his dad on the floor shot 4 times. And he's like, oh no, Dad. And Dad's like, no, don't call the police, I'll die. He basically explains, I work for the government. Please call this number. And well, let's see. This doc comes in, then the firm comes in. And they're like, okay, look, your dad screwed up a job. Someone who's not supposed to die died, and the person we wanted him to kill got away clean. So normally we retire your dad, and unless, of course, you were to work for us. And the son gets scammed into working for them. It's like 10 years. Give us 10 years, and you can walk away. What do I have to do? You're your father's son. We train you. We send you to track people down, investigate, find out what's going on. You're basically an investigator. They give him training, then they give him large teams, and then as he gets better, they give him smaller teams, maybe one partner. Then he's working on his own, alone. And he is a prodigy at finding people, sniffing stuff out. He's a natural born detective, better than his father was. And yet they keep throwing him in the deep end. Like, okay, I'm just supposed to find like some missing DEA agents, and he ends up going into a cartel and just like killing 20 people to get them out. Like he said, okay, they're supposed to be dead. You just want me to confirm they're dead. Okay. Well, it turns out they're not dead. They're alive. And he turns it into a spontaneous rescue mission. But since he has no backup, he has to kill everybody. He's tired of these jobs where he's turning into a straight up butcher, but that's what they want. They want him to become numb to the killing, maybe a little ambitious, and then they up him up to being full-time killer. But he ain't having it because he's nobody's puppet. So he basically just says, look, I know I have one more year left in this deal. I've done it for 9 years. I don't think I'm going to see a 10th. Let me out, or I'm going to put a gun in my mouth. Promise you. And he's telling this to this guy as he's basically rehabbing from another op that went bad. And the guy's like, he makes a call. And he's like, okay, look, I am authorized to let you go right now, but understand, if I do, your father loses his protection. He'll be dead in a year. And they expect him to back down. He goes, okay. So he basically leaves his father to die, not knowing all this stuff, right? Up to a certain point, he's like, okay, I love my dad. I worship my dad, but walking away was probably the right move. But it's what he does after he leaves. I'm not telling you that part. Oh my God. I have to polish this, but it's almost like burn notice on meth what this kid becomes. Oof. I can't wait to finish it. Now, I got to start on the next short story, but this one's definitely nobody's puppet, and this one's definitely getting out there, and it's definitely going to be a Book of Schemes piece. Definitely. And it felt good. I mean, I had to hurt myself a little bit to write this. This was hard. And kept changing the name, kept changing the plot. Sometimes you have to grab a story by the hair and drag it kicking and screaming out into the light like a vampire with a lot of hair, and then make it burn, and then, maybe take a cigarette to the fire, and then, oh, yeah, it's just better than sex, and watch it explode. But, okay, maybe not exactly the best analogy, but you get my point. Sometimes to write a story, you have to drag it kicking and screaming into the light, but worth it. Totally worth it. All right, I'm Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales Unlimited Anthologizer, episode number 26, Nobody's Puppet. And this will be like part 3 of that particular endeavor. Done. I'll see you tomorrow with something new. Bye.